Welcome back to Clean with Kate. I'm going to spend 15 minutes today in the lounge just de-Christmasing a little bit, vacuuming and dusting. So I've got everything ready. I've been quite organised today. I've got the boxes down at the attic. I've got the Christmas tree box down with a little help from Mike. I've also got the vacuum cleaner ready. I've got the dusting brush and I've got the turbo brush so I can do the carpets. I've also got my new harness outfits box, so we'll be having a look at that later. Anyway, I thought you might like to join me for 15 minutes of just a little bit of a fettle on the lounge to get it ready for the new year. So I've got my timer ready. I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes. Mike's making a start, taking the red baubles off the Christmas tree and putting them all into one box. I'm not sure the box he's got is big enough, but we'll find out, won't we? Anyway, let's set the timer and let's get going. I've got a glass of water and I just probably have to go and check all the puppies in a minute, but let's get going. So we might need 2 boxes. I wonder if we need a bigger box than that. There's a lot of this is a box of things that we didn't use this year. I could do with a bigger box really. I've got another box here. I think that'll have to go up there. Do you think all those red decorations are going to fit in one box?
Okay.
I'm not convinced. Anyway, I'll start on something different. I'll start with the gold ones. You might think we're quite early de-Christmasing this year, which we are. We don't usually do it this early, but it took me about a month to put my Christmas decorations up this year. And we haven't got anybody with us for over New Year. So we thought, actually, it might be quite nice just to do it a bit earlier this year. And seeing as we're in Zone 5, it just seemed a perfect opportunity to do it. And actually, we've been surprised. We haven't actually used this room as much as we do normally. Well, I think we might need a bigger box for the reds. Any chance you could go up to the attic and get a bigger box? Because I do want all the red ones to go in one box. And I don't know which room they're in. They might be in the middle bedroom, but they're definitely not going to fit in that box. Right. Okay, have I got any more gold ones? I'm going to have to stand on the sofa, I think. Whoops. Carefully don't break them. When do you take your Christmas tree down? I wouldn't normally take it down this early, but something about the weather at the moment. It's a lovely sunny day. The spring bulbs are coming up everywhere in the garden. And I just felt like spring was on its way. And my snowdrops are through. I've got bulbs coming on in the conservatory and I want to get my spring bulbs into the house. So I just felt actually I'd like to get my Christmas decorations down. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep taking the red ones off because I've got a basket over here. And I can pop them into it until we find a bigger box. So I just want to keep going. I don't want to slow down. Otherwise I could very easily grind to a halt. Some years I feel sad when I take the Christmas tree down, but I must admit, I think because we're putting our trees up fairly early, now we tend to put them up at the end of November, beginning of December. By the time we get to New Year's Eve, which it is today, I'm kind of ready to start de-Christmasing. And I know because it took me a couple of weeks to get it all up. These aren't glass, you'll be glad to hear. I know it'll take me a while to get them all put away. So I don't want to overwhelm myself by putting things away. So I'm going to do it in 15 minutes at a time. And seeing as this week I follow the FlyLady cleaning system. And this week we are in Zone 5 today. And then tomorrow we go into Zone 1. And they are the most Christmassy parts of my house. And then next week we're in Zone 2. So I can work my way through the different zones, de-Christmasing. Oh, brilliant. That's perfect. That's exactly what we needed. Oh, the smaller box we could use for the lights, I suppose, couldn't we? Whoops. We've had this artificial Christmas tree a long time and it is getting a little bald. My children have suggested it's time for us to go to the sales and buy a new Christmas tree. What do you think? It is looking a little threadbare. I mean, obviously every year, I think we've had this one, oh my goodness. I think we've had this over 15 years probably, maybe more. And every year it does lose some of its bits, as you can see on the floor. So I suppose it will get to the point where it's just not enough greenery on it. It is looking quite threadbare this year, I must admit, because if you look, there's a lot of gaps in it, but I still think it's got some life in it. I'm just waiting for tinsel to come back into fashion so that it will dress it a bit more and we can fill up the gaps. Right, So I'm going to pop all the red ones in there. That's brilliant. Those gold ones are in there. I don't know what that box is for, do you? It's a nice little box. I'm going to pop that in there.
Take the lights off.
Oh, yes, please. And why do we put the lights in one of these boxes? So I'm just starting. I started yesterday with my de-Christmasing. I started de-Christmasing the kitchen and the hallway. We've still got quite a lot to take down, but I've made a start. And I've actually taken lots of stuff up to the attic. I've also had a declutter on things like wrapping paper. I'm going to keep going anyway. I think I'm going to take the Christmas DVDs upstairs as well. I think we've watched most of the ones we want to watch. And these artificial flowers, I think, are ready to go back to the attic. I'll just keep the roses. What am I going to... I could do with another box. I'll just pop some lights on so you can see what I'm doing. These are my glass baubles that I have in a glass container. And now these need to go back into storage for next year. Right, so oh dear. Just pulled the heads off my flowers. That's unfortunate. Pop those. I think they could probably do with going under the shower, actually. They're quite dusty. Might give the Christmas flowers a shower before I put them away for the year. Or I might do it next year. Yeah, let's just get them up. First thing is to get them upstairs and out of the lounge so they can go in there. This one, I've managed to pull the head off it. I don't know where it's gone. So I'm just going to pop these back in because they look a sort of more spring-like. They can stay. And then the twinkly lights are staying. I managed to pull a head off a flower, so I need to find which one it has come off. Like, it's not obvious at the moment. Right, so while Mike is taking the lights off, I'm going to start with a little bit of vacuuming in here. So the first thing I need to do is plug the vacuum in. I'm using one of my old phone harnesses today. I did get a couple of new ones for Christmas, but I've only just taken them out of the box. So this is the box for the new one, but I haven't actually had a go with it yet. But Mike thinks it looks good. Okay, so I'm going to get on with the vacuuming. Just going to vacuum around this fireplace. And actually, I think we might clean this fireplace out and set it up. So it's ready to go. If we have time. Just have to see how much time we have. Giving it a good vacuum in here. In here, there's lots of stuff going up the vacuum cleaner. This half really could do with a bit of attention. It's got quite a lot of cracks in it. I think maybe next time we've got some builders, we should get them to have a go at it. Whoops. Right, where else am I going to vacuum? I think I'm just going to quickly vacuum along here. I'm not taking these lights off yet, so I'm just going to give it a very careful going over with the dusting brush. And hopefully I'm not going to break anything. I have to be a bit careful. Going to vacuum my dogs. And just have a vacuum down there. Oh golly, there's a lot of stuff down here. Let's just move those back in there. Right, look at all this stuff. This dust and debris from the fire. Right, oh, that's the next thing I'd spotted, isn't it? The Christmas DVDs can go back to the attic. Do you know, I maybe need to think about getting rid of these this year because I don't think we watched very many of them. I think most of them are available as digital downloads now on Netflix. And I don't think we watched them all. But it is lovely. I do love having the collection of Home Alones and The Grinch. So I don't know. I think I'll probably hang on to them. Anyway, I'm going to have a quick slurp of my glass of water. I've got this room fragrance that needs to go back to the attic because it's a Christmas room fragrance. I'll pop that in there, I think. Right, let's just keep going with the vacuuming. So I'm going to vacuum around the log baskets next. So this is part of my zone cleaning. This is probably the only zone cleaning I'll be doing this week in the lounge, because it's the last day of zone 5. But you know what? I'm just going to get what I can get done. It's a good opportunity to de-Christmas and do a bit of detail cleaning at the same time. There's always loads of muck in here under the log baskets. So if you have a look there, you can see there's lots of bits. That's the only problem with real fires and logs. All the bits that come out. And I'm going to need to move. So when I do my weekly home blessing, I don't tend to move things. I just tend to do the bits I can see. But when I do my detail cleaning, I move things. I move the dog baskets. I move the chairs. I take the cushions off the sofas. I try and get most of it done every month. But some months like this one, it probably won't all get done. But I know I did most of it. In November, if not all of it. So I clean skirting boards, I clean above the doors. This dusting brush is really useful for cobwebs. Right, how's Matt getting on? Well, the Christmas tree's nearly down. So I'm just going to keep going with the vacuuming while he's doing that. Although I'm going into the corners though. This is the sort of stuff that usually gets missed on weekly home blessing. I'm just going to have a look in this cupboard. This is our DVD cupboard. We still have a DVD player. It must be. I know many people don't, but it does frustrate me when you want to watch a film and it's not on Netflix, and you go on to something like Amazon and you have to pay to watch it. And I think, oh, I've got that on DVD. I can watch the DVD instead. So that's why we still have our DVDs. I have a very, very good collection. Oh, there's an empty box here. That's good. I've got another empty box. I should probably leave this actually, shouldn't I, until you've taken it down. Yeah, otherwise I'll just have to do it again, which is silly. I'll do something different while you're doing that. I'm going to go for the chairs next. So these chairs have not had heavy use this Christmas. Because of the puppies, we spent most of our time in the newer part of our house, in the barn conversion, because it has solid floors and we have a big rug in here. And because the puppies are not completely house trained, it's a lot easier to just be in the room with the hard floor. So if there is an accident, it's easy to clean up and it hasn't ruined the carpet. Carpets and puppies aren't a good mix. So anyway, I'm going to flip this cushion. I think that's the right way. Yeah, you can see the dint isn't on this side. Every time I do my zone work, I flip my cushions. I think it just extends the life of them. Let's give this one a bit of a bang. Sorry if I'm moving too quickly. And usually when I'm in this zone, I would wash the sofa throws. But because they haven't had a lot of use this month, I'll probably leave that for this month. Because we have been using other parts of the house. And also the modern part of the house is much warmer. Well, this lounge is in our old part of our house and it is much colder. It's not double glazed, although having said that, this room does have secondary double glazing. Right, so I've flipped that cushion. Now I'm just going to vacuum over here, and then I need to go and get my duster and put some polish on the wooden furniture because it makes the room smell so nice. Oh my goodness, I've only got 1 minute 33. Oh yeah, Christmas tree's down. Oh my goodness, I really wanted to finish it in 15 minutes. But you know what? I might give myself another lot of 15 minutes. Sometimes, for me, certainly, the hardest thing is getting going. Once I get going, I get renewed energy. I'm just going into the corners, vacuuming the low traffic areas. Mike's having a slurp of his coffee because he's about to tackle his favourite job of taking the Christmas tree, which is absolutely huge, to the attic. Good luck, Mike. Yeah. No, the Christmas. Maybe we should treat ourselves, careful on the stairs, to a new Christmas tree. A lighter weight Christmas tree. Right, I'm going into the corner now where the Christmas tree was. And this is definitely a team effort, this one. this is not a job I would want to do on my own, because that Christmas tree is, because it's quite an old Christmas tree, it's heavy. And we have to take it up several flights of stairs to our attic floor. Right. Oh, I'm not looking forward to this. I wonder if I need to put a bigger head on the vacuum just to get everything up. You'll see how much the Christmas tree dropped. I'm definitely going to have to reset. Let's get the stuff off the sofa first. It's got Christmas tree bits on the sofa. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need another 15 minutes. It's going now. I'm going to start with the sofa. The sofa is covered in bits of artificial Christmas tree. Oh. Right. When do you do your sort of New Year reset? How do I reset this? Reset. Oh no, I should have just stopped it. Oh well. Let's go for another 15. Oh, how did the dog get out? Have I let them all out?
No, just a bit.
Right, okay, I'm going for another 15. Thank you for your assistance. Oh, let's have vacuum, then we've got to move the sofa.
Then we can move the sofa back.
There's quite a lot on the sofa. Oh, you can see how much more light comes into the room now that I've really enjoyed having the Christmas tree up. But look at that. Oh my goodness, look at all that on the floor. I'm going to need the bigger head. Let's just switch it off for a minute. Do you know, I'm not going to rush. I've got plenty of time. I haven't got to be anywhere. I'm just going to enjoy the process. It's quite a big job. Bigger than I'd anticipated. There's so much falling off this Christmas tree. Let's finish the sofa. The kids might be right. This Christmas tree. Is this normal for a Christmas tree to drop so much? An artificial Christmas tree? I thought that was the whole thing about an artificial tree. It didn't drop. What do you think? Do you think it's time for us to replace our Christmas tree with something that doesn't maybe drop as much? I just think there's some really good sales on. I think head tree might need emptying as well. It's not picking up particularly. It's not. I think it's full. But it is sucking a bit. I think I'm going to need to empty the vacuum. Well, you could bring one down from upstairs. Oh, it's really not sucking well, is it? Am I just moving the bits around? Possibly. No, it is coming up. That's a lot better than it was. And that is the thing, isn't it? So I'm not going to get everything up on this go. It's to make it better than it was. It's never going to be perfect. Right. I'm going to change heads again. Oh my goodness, there's so many bits on the floor. Right. Oh, brilliant. That's brilliant. I was going to do that last month, but then I forgot to ask you to help. I can't open those. Do you want it coming around the other way? Oh, that's brilliant. That is definitely a job that needs doing. It's just like cobweb central in there. I've been putting that off for months, if not years. Hang on, let me get a pic. Let me have a look at the hover. Okay, so this is what we're after. Getting all these cobwebs out of these secondary glazed windows. You know, I think I might go and look for my duster while you're doing that. I can move some more of these Christmas decorations out. I could do with another vacuum cleaner. Oh, Ted, you want to play ball? This is gonna stage all these things that need to go upstairs at the bottom of the stairs. And you know, I'm gonna get my Dyson out as well while we're at it. You can run the Dyson round as well. Whoa, there's lots of dog hair I've just spotted there. I don't know how that got in here because we haven't actually let them in here that much. We've done it a couple of times. It was so stressful because they're not completely house trained, and also seem to go a bit naughty when they come in here. I'm hoping that this is a phase and that they will grow out of it. But they get quite they seem to be quite hyperactive in the evenings. Right, so can I get 2 vacuums going at once? You might have to turn your volume down for this. This is double vacuuming. Mike's vacuuming out the windows and I'm vacuuming the floor. I can get the cable sorted. I'm looking forward to, after finishing this, Holly, that dog hair does not want to come off. I'm looking forward to a cup of tea. It's just a bit of an obstacle course in here at the moment. And lots of cables and lots of dog beds. I wonder if we could reduce the amount of dog beds and footstools in here this year. We do have a lot of footstools in here. I'm looking forward to having a go with this later. I think I'll pop it out of the way for now. Just pop it out here, I think so. Oh, Ted, you want to play? I'm going to go and get my duster, I think, because I'm not sure I need to use the dusting head in a minute, but I'm going to let Mike finish the windows first. I'm going to move these out of the way. I want to get behind here with this one. There's so many cables. Right, I'm going to leave that there because if we've got time, I'm probably going to try and vacuum under the sofa. And when this other sofa goes back into its usual position, that is going to create quite a bit more vacuuming that needs doing. Right, I'm just going to take this basket and this box, this storage box out of here because they need to go back up to the attic. That can go back under the stairs. I'm going to have another drink of water. Right, so I can get a bit more vacuuming done now. Let's just move that out of the way for now. Move the footstool. Because I've vacuumed over here. Well, I haven't under there. Let's see if I can get round here now. Oh. You finished with the dusting brush?
Yes.
A couple of Christmas tree thingies, hanging thingies. Okay, I think we've finished with quite a lot of these now, haven't we? They could probably go out of here. I might leave them in the hall because my next task tomorrow is to spend some time on the hallway. Right, where do they go? Golly. Aha, I've got a little tin here where I put these in. So I'm going to put them in there. Well, I hope this is still recording. I haven't actually checked. Just bear with me for 2 minutes while I check. Oh no, it is still recording. Good. Yes, it's still going. Oh my goodness, how long have we got left on the timer? Golly, this job is a bigger job than I had anticipated. Right, I think I'm going to take the Dyson out now. Let's put the Dyson in the hall. And Ted wants someone to come and play with him. Don't you, Ted? Let's pop the Dyson there. Because I may do this today or I may do it tomorrow. I'll see how I feel. But it'll be ready for me. In plain sight, and it'll be saying to me, vacuum the hall. Here you are, Ted. Oops, I've just remembered I've left the puppies outside. Hope they're behaving themselves. Right. Okay, last bit of vacuuming. I'm going to use the dusting brush again. So a lot of this is being done with... Oh, it's actually not... It is picking up. It's just not coming off, is it? This velvet stuff stuck to it. Oh, it always does. After Christmas, doesn't it? All those bits all over it. Oh, it's lovely to have. This is a good day. I chose today to do this because it was so nice and bright. And I think I need to get some upholstery cleaner on this sofa. But when it's nice and bright, I think you just feel more motivated to de-Christmas. Whereas on a dark day, the Christmas lights are so comforting. Whereas it definitely feels like spring today. And I have got some lovely little pots of spring bulbs. And I think I'm going to treat myself to some more. We got given a garden centre voucher for Christmas by our work colleagues. And I think we're going to treat ourselves to some spring bulbs to put around the house. What do you think? Is that a good plan? What would you spend it on? I think we've done pretty good. I think that's a lot better. I'm pleased with this. I suppose if you think about it, 2 of us have worked at it. So if one person was doing it, it would have taken a lot longer. Whoops, it just like sucks me up the thingy. Just going to pull this out and get behind this. Should we pull the sofa out or should we give that a miss this month? I think we're done in.
Yeah,
We're done in. Time to quit. Quitting time. When the timer goes off, I think it's going to be time for a cup of tea. I know what I need to do. I spotted up. This is very dusty. It's covered in bits of cake, I think. Christmas cake, I suspect. I may not even get round to polishing, although I love the smell of the furniture polish. Where's this come from? Oh, how come we got a spare?
I don't know. I found it down the back.
Oh.
But there's 4 on.
Well, it matches them, doesn't it? So it should probably stay with them.
Yeah, it should.
I don't know where to put it there. Maybe just put it on there. Right, hide it round the back. Right, good. That's a lot better. Oh, Mag's plumped the sofa. He hasn't flipped the cushions, but you know what? It's good enough, isn't it? It's good enough. Let's put the room back together and I'll see if I've got time to put a bit of furniture polish on. Whoops. It's all set up for tonight.
This stuff is really scruffy. Maybe that should go now.
Just have the wicker one. That's a good idea because the wicker one keeps moving.
Come on,
Well, that could go into a different... It is very scruffy.
Really scruffy.
Yeah, it is very scruffy.
Time to go.
And dog chewed. It's been chewed. It's time for it to leave the building. Yes, we're decluttering as well. That's good. When you're doing your zone work, it's a really good time to take stock. Take stock of things because you see every day, but you maybe don't pay attention to. Oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm doing very well. I'm just unplugging the vacuums. I might leave that one plugged in. It's bound to be something we've missed. But I'm just going to pop this Dyson out of the way so we don't trip over the cable, because that wouldn't be a good start to 2025 for either of us. And Ted's still waiting for me to play with him. And then I probably need to go and get my puppies in, who are being very good. I popped them outside while we were doing this. Here's my dusting basket. It's my detail cleaning basket. So it's got my window cleaner, my furniture polish, my dusters, all sorts in. God, I've actually got my heart rate up doing that. I'm a little out of breath. Oh, that's so much better. We have got a lot of footstools in here. I wonder if that's something we need to address. Oh, there's a glass of water in there. Do you think... There's the timer going. Do you think that's something we need to address, the number of footstools in here?
Stop buying footstools.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But I wonder if we actually need to get rid of some of them.
Yeah.
Just going to quickly polish this. Ooh,
Should take one through to the new barn, maybe.
that's a good idea. That is a good idea. Need to decide which one would fit with the style in there the best. Anyway, thank you for joining me. As you can see now, I actually don't want to stop. Do you know, it's taken me a bit of getting going, but now I've started, I don't want to stop. Anyway, let's stop the timer. So it's not annoying everybody. I'm just going to pop a little bit of polish on here, just because it smells so nice. And you know what? I'm going to tackle my zone 1 cleaning over the next couple of days, and I might pop in here and just do a little bit extra. Whoops! Mike's just pointed out to me, you have a lovely view of my knees. Anyway, let's sit back. We're not quite finished. I've just nearly fallen over, but it's a lot better than it was, and we are pretty much de-Christmased, apart from our twinkly lights. So I'm just going to go and have a nice cup of tea and just sit down for 5 minutes and read a book. And Mike's going to drink his coffee.
Cold coffee.
Anyway, thank you for joining me. Bye for now.